Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, we're gonna talk about cloud and serverless stuff projects as an hands-on. In this video, what we're gonna discuss is how to set up CloudFront with S3 bucket using either Terraform or AWS CDK. So yeah, let's jump into the video. We can connect on this media. We can connect with me over GitHub, LinkedIn, X, or a Blue Sky. I'll be video below. You can look into it, and you can, if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on that. Okay, what is AWS CloudFront and what is distribution? Okay, AWS CloudFront is a content delivery network service that was built by AWS on their AWS network. Okay, which has that pay as you go model for the price range compared to what we have for Akamai and Cloudflare, right? And what is this distribution? Distribution is the thing that makes sure that the content has been delivered successfully in the minimum delay, with the minimum delay and the maximum performance, right? So let's have an analogy. Okay, your S3 bucket is the origin of your content, right? Let's keep S3 bucket as your Korean noodle maker. Let's call Korean noodle factory. Okay, and the content is the noodles. Okay, so S3 bucket has this content. The origin of the content is the S3 bucket. That means the origin is Korean noodle factory. The content is Korean noodles. If you or me want to buy a Korean noodles, authentic Korean noodles, okay. And CDN, we say that as a supermarket supply chain, which is spread across all over the world. Okay, what we say is I wanted to buy this authentic noodles from the delivery partner. Okay, what I do is first I'll check whether let's see that before the CDN, let's see that I want to buy a authentic Korean noodles, right? They have their website. I will go to their website, I'll enter my address and I'll select my noodles and click, and it says it will take 3 to 4 days from shipping from South Korea to Chennai. If you are buying from Chennai, in that case, you will be taking so much time to get delivered here. And the thing here is, it will be for a single noodles, you will be like, you won't wait for that, right? So let's say the CDN is like a supply chain, Korean actual authentic supply chain. It's in your city itself. What you do, they will have your noodles from their actual authentic place and store it on their storage place. That content will be there, the noodle will be there on the place, on the supermarket which is in your city, and you drive through that supermarket and you go and select your noodles and you get it. You hardly, let's say 30 minutes you went to the supermarket, you bought your authentic Korean noodles and you came back. Based on how many times you go there, it won't take 1 or 2 days. It will take hardly half an hour to 1 hour. Okay, if they changes that information, if they changes that noodles, then they again the supermarket will update their storage like that. Okay, keep this South Korean noodles and this as an analogy, like that. The supermarket is the distribution, okay, which makes sure that you receive this product with a minimum delay. Okay, the origin is the S3 as the origin. That means the noodle factory will create that, and the noodle is the content. That's like that. Whenever you have S3 bucket will have a video or image, and I wanted to use this CloudFront. The CloudFront, whenever a user want to read that image from the S3 bucket, instead of directly calling the S3 bucket, they go through this CloudFront distribution, where the image will be sent it over to this viewed by the user using this CloudFront URL, right? Where it will remove the delay of user get the data is lesser, and it will be quicker. The performance will be very good, and you can able to restrict the user whether he can able to view the content or not based on the geolocation. And then you can add a firewall, making that IP address, these are the IP address not comes into it. You can make the product, make the content safer, everything like that. And you can able to attach a cache, so that if things change, then only it will the CloudFront distribution call the S3 bucket. Else, once it calls and stores the content in their cluster memory, and then right away whenever a user again and again it hits, it will send it back without without any delay. You just reduce the cost there, and then you just pay only for the cloud and how much you are using that. That's how the things works. And here, let's see what we can do here. Let's go to the architecture part, what we're going to build on this video. So if you see the architecture, I didn't do much here. Instead of a noodles, I just make this as an image bucket, right? So I am the user here, okay, and you have your bucket and USDs to one, and CDN is a global in the market as well as the S3 bucket or something. You can mark it like that, okay. So what I do is I want to read an image of me from the bucket, but I have made sure that I will not be I should not able to read the bucket directly. If a user want to, if once I attach my bucket with the CDN, I should make sure that only via CDN only I can able to read that images. User should not have a direct access to the S3 bucket, right? And I also attach the I want to read the bucket, read the object from the bucket. I mean read the image from the bucket, right? I don't want anything else from that. So what I do here is I have attached the permission and attach a read only permission for the S3 object and attached to the bucket. So whenever a URL, whenever a user call the CDN URL, CDN will see the cache. If it is not there, then it right away calls the image bucket and retrieve that image and send it to the user. From the next time, it will comes in based on the cache we have attached from the time limit we have for that image to be stayed in the cache memory. So what we'll do, it will return as quickly as possible, like this. This is how this architecture works, and we'll see about how to build this using Terraform in the next. Our image bucket with the CloudFront distribution, right? So I'm going to use Terraform, okay. It's an open source tool, so everyone in the cloud cloud world knows about what is Terraform, and it does use declarative format of how you write the code, so it will be easy, and it manages the state management. It handles those things perfectly. That's why people obviously prefer this one, and it has a huge community for the tech world. So let's use it. Terminal here, and that'll be, we have okay. So yeah, this is my VS Code. You can use any other IDEs here, so it's not just based on VS Code alone. For a Terraform, you need a major file. It's called main.df file. Here we'll be placing some code, and I'll give you the Terraform documentation link in the description, so you can go through it and practice on that. This video is majorly for how to set up the CloudFormation. First, what are we doing here is we just creating the S3 bucket with a name called Subu bucket test Terra, okay. And then the CloudFront distribution has 5 major components. One is to set up which one can able to set up the origin. Origin is what the S3, where our content is generated, okay. What we doing here is we just giving the access identity, so that CloudFront, only via CloudFront who has this origin identity can able to access that bucket. Else whoever it is, if someone want to access it directly calling the S3 bucket, he will not be able to call that. He will not be able to access that objects from the S3 bucket. So we create the origin access identity, and then we want to set up a bucket permission, so that whoever is going to use it will not be getting apart from what that exact permission they have. If you give all permission, it's unnecessary. We're going to just get the data. We're not going to upload anything on that bucket, right? So I'm just giving get object, and this is the principal. We are attaching that OAI ARN. This generates a JSON format IAM policy, and then we right away attach that to the bucket. And then here we are creating the distribution, which is for the analogy, which say that supermarket supply chain, which is placed in nearby your city. So what we do, we attach that bucket domain name, which we get it from that, and then we are giving that bucket as origin ID, and then we are configuration the actual origin, where the CloudFront access identity path we have to give here, so that the bucket knows that only have these permission can able to access it. And then we are just restricting. If you want to restrict anything on this geo restrictions, you can have to give it like an India. If you don't want a restriction on who everyone can able to access this, right, in their geo locations. Like if you want to hide it for China, you can able to do that by giving the restriction type and the location value here. And then we need to set up a default cache behavior. This is a major parameter where we just making what are the allowed methods and what are the cache methods we're going to give, and what is the target. That means our bucket is the target, and viewer policy. What is the policy? You just want to redirect to the HTTPs, right? And then you can just set up a minimal and maximum TTLs. If you want to have anything on, if you want to use query string forward and anything on that to set up, you can just set it. It does have the query string like that to make this as true. And then if you want to set up any cookies, you can just set up in here. And then currently we obviously need a certificate. For now we are using just default CloudFront certificate, and then we use this price class. It depends on which area. Like if you wanted to have your content to be delivered on these regions like North America or South America, you can just specify that in the price race. And then this one is the important one. Tags is very much important and very useful thing, as well as a best practiced one to easily identify the services which are highly running. When you want to estimate on the cost, all the stuff, you can able to query it right away. And this is the output format. Yeah, so yeah, this is our code with the line of till 91. We just created a CloudFront distribution with the S3 bucket as the origin for the content. So let's do a Terraform init. Terraform has three major commands. One is for Terraform init, which help us to build the download the plugins and set up all the things for the Terraform. Once it is done, then we need to run Terraform plan, which checks and creates the CloudFront. Okay, all done. Everything is done. We can just generate the Terraform. Now we can do apply, and I don't want to give H for everything, so I just want to auto approve it. So if I give apply auto approve, it will deploy our CloudFormation template to the AWS account which you mentioned there. And while you are creating the CloudFront distribution, it will take minimum around 10 to 15 minutes to just deploy it according to the in your current account. So let me pass here, and then we'll come back after once it is. You guys see that we have successfully completed deployed our CloudFront distribution. Let's go to our AWS console to see that. CloudFront, yeah, we have added our CloudFront here, and we use the price class 200, right? So it will have North America, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and Africa. We don't have any sort of logging here, description, and this is a supported VN. And the origins, if you see the origin, yeah, our bucket has been added here. Cool, right? Yep. And let's go to our S3 bucket, and Yup, we have our S3 bucket here. We don't have anything here, right? So let's do one thing. Let's create a folder called images. Let's upload something here. Okay. Images. If you do anything on that, we'll just set up anything on that. And we have images. Let's upload some file. I just want to upload my YouTube name file. Okay, it's just a PNG. I'm going to upload it. Okay. Okay. And let me close this one. Let's open this. Let's see this copy URI, whether I can able to read it. Copied. I know that. This is the URL. See that I will not be able to access it here using that one. So let's go to our VS Code. You see here we have our CloudFront attached here, right? Let me copy that. And let me replace it here itself. Oh. I don't want the double quotes. Hope this works. Yeah, you can see that we have successfully deployed and successfully see that attach our CloudFront distribution to our bucket, and we can able to read our images only via the CloudFront link which we have, not from directly from the object URL. Yep. Now we have successfully created our CloudFront distribution using Terraform. So let's delete this since I don't want to pay anything on that. Okay. So we can use just Terraform destroy. Let's wait. We'll see you once it is done delete. You can see that the bucket deletion got been failed. That means we need to do the bucket deletion. Let's clear the image. Okay. And delete. Let's delete the object. It's getting deleted. Yes. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Ah, this is a new UI by the AWS console. So it's pretty good comparatively what we used to have. Okay, cool. So let me rerun the Terraform destroy again. Oh, our bucket will be get deleted. So I was just refreshing the state, which I said, right? It managed the state clearly, and it's just looking for that particular bucket alone. It's not we're retrying to delete the it's not retrying to delete all the things which is already deleted. So that's cool. Yep, voila. That's how we just create our cloud distribution using Terraform. Next, we're going to try to do the same thing using CDK, which is an open source tool, but ideally created for AWS. Yeah. Yep. Let's go to the terminal and same thing like CloudFront. I've already created this directory, so we have some already defined template code by the AWS CDK library. Let's open it in the VS Code again. Let me remove this unnecessary lines. All there got fixed. So let me copy paste the code which I have already created. So estimates. Okay. This is line of code. Here we have created the bucket. Okay. Using the S3 construct. We have set up removal policy as destroy. Whenever we destroy it, it automatically deleted. And we have set up the encryption nicely managed. So we have restricted all the public access for this, and we have enforced the SSL should be there. And then access control we have just for the log delivery right here, and then we have created the distribution. You can see the origin with this is the mandatory one. In Terraform you can see that we have used the OAI, that means origin access identity, but in CDK they have introduced this one as a recommended one, like origin access control we have to configure similar to that. And then we have set the origin request policy. We have added the course for the S3 origin, and then we set up the response header policy for all the origins, and we have set up the caching here, and then we just mentioned the what are the allowed methods we're going to use here, and you can see the redirect to HTTPs. We have set up the price class here itself, enable the log, and we have added those log prefix for us. And then we just set up restriction in the sense this is for just allowed only for India. Okay, don't restrict on that. And we have added the policy which is for a CloudFront. When we delete it, it should be deleted. And we have attached the resource policy for the bucket. And then same again is just the CloudFront output. Yeah, we have added this as a dependency so that output will just get generated once the CloudFront got successfully created. So this is terminal, right? Yeah, let's open a new terminal. Let's do CDK deploy. I want to add my stage name as this one, and I have my profile configured on my terminal, so I'll be using that. If you see, it just gives you what we see in the Terraform like that. It will ask for you to approve. You can just say that approve using auto approved, or just give yes, and it gives what other things will be principal and condition will be attached here for the resources. Nothing else here. Okay. So yep, we also successfully created our CloudFront with the S3 bucket using CDK. But why CDK? CDK, which helps you to create the resources using just a normal language, like what you do on your programming language, right? So it's suppose some limited amount of programming language. I can just add the link of the CDK document on the description, so you go through it and read through it, and it will be easy for you to jump into it. But when it goes to Terraform, you need to read how the declarative syntax works. But when it goes to CDK, you don't need to do that. You can do all the what are the stuff you do with your Node.js or JavaScript or TypeScript programming language. You can see here, I just created a class and attaches some functions and then calls it. That's it, nothing else here. So yeah, it's done. It's just deployed. Let's go to the console and see how it works. Okay, so let's go to the bucket. It's not again, so let's go to the distribution again. Yeah, you can see we just created a different domain, and let's go to the bucket. You can see CloudFront Subu, it's actually created. So let's just running that one. Just give me a minute. Before that, I can just show you what we have in the distribution again. See, it's all the edge locations. That means we just use price class all. That means everything, not just North America, Asia, something like that. Everyone from the world can able to, wherever this edge locations are there, they can able to access this one. We have set up a standard login, and These are the support HTTP versions. And then security, if you see the origin, we have added the origin name, bucket name, everything is set up here. Let's go to the bucket. We don't have anything on this bucket. Let's create a folder called, let's see, images. Okay, since we have this, okay, let's see if it works or not. Yeah, it's done. You can see that in the both ways you can able to access your content from your S3 bucket via only the CloudFront, not from the S3 bucket object itself. So it will be quick. I can able to refresh it again. It won't take time. You can see F12 performance. Let's do this one right away. It just returns. See, there is no other network call happens. It's just read it from the cache itself. If we change anything in that, then only it will comes into it. And yeah, let's destroy our construct. So we don't need to pay any extra money apart from the free tire. Yeah, I'm just deleting it. Yeah, if you see that we have successfully deleted our stack, the bucket has been deleted. And the thing here is, let's refresh and see whether the bucket is gone. Yeah, it is gone. Let's see whether the distribution has been gone. Yeah, it is gone. Finally, it is done. Okay, so this is how it is. So the benefit of using CloudFront distribution and having that as over on your S3 bucket is like you can able to read a video content or anything attaching a cache. You don't need to have any sort of a complex architecture. It's not complex. You don't need to have any other certain architectures like API gateway. You need API gateway to download the object and then you need to access it. You don't need those things. You don't need any sort of lambda there. You can just right away attach your S3 bucket content with your CloudFront, and it will be easy. And it will, by default, you have a cache behavior. And for the person who's going to use your content, going to read your content, it will be like quite. The performance will be good because AWS backbone network is like it's far strong and good compared to what we have other cloud providers and other teams. Okay, so yeah, if you want to work with me and you want to hire me as a AWS consultant or a Serverless consultant, you can go to this email and then you can just send out an email on that and we can connect on that. Okay, and yeah, I'll add the things on my if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and then I'll put very good videos on this. Okay, until then, it's bye from Subbu. Bye and see ya.